Kidversations, small voices, big stories. Today's episode of Kidversations is partnered with Little Blessings Early Learning Center in Bluntville, Tennessee. At Little Blessings, kids get to learn in a fun and caring, faith-filled environment. From building friendships and learning new skills to discovering more about Jesus, every day is full of opportunities to shine. We're so thankful to have Little Blessings supporting our podcast because helping kids grow is what it's all about. Welcome to Kidversations. I'm Charlotte. Today we're welcoming Timmy Norman, a world-famous cake artist from right here in East Tennessee. Welcome, Timmy.
Thanks, Charlotte. So glad to be here.
Do you have family?
I do have family. So I have a son who just started college. He's going to Middle Tennessee State University, and he's learning to be a pilot.
Ooh,
That's cool, right?
Cool. Yeah.
I thought that what I did was cool. I make cool cakes, but flying a plane seems a little bit cooler to me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why did you start baking?
I actually started baking because of my son. I grew up being an artist. I loved to draw and sculpt, and I went to art school where I learned to do graphic design. And then when I had my son, I wanted him to have one of those cool cakes that you've seen on TV. And at the time, there was no one in the area that made those cakes. And so I thought it'd be a great idea if I could just learn how to bake cakes and make one for my son. And so when he turned 2 years old was when I first tried to make a cake. And I made him a little sculpted train. And friends and family, they just really loved what I made. And they started asking me if I could make cakes for them. And it just one thing led to another. And I kept making cakes for people.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many TV shows have you been on?
I have been on 10 TV shows now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a lot. I started my first show in 2018, so it's been about 8 years that I've been doing TV.
How many have you won?
I have won 5 shows, so pretty good track record for TV shows. Won 5 out of 10, so that's pretty good. Yeah.
Have you made cakes for any famous people?
I have. Since I was on Is It Cake on Netflix, I started getting some like people that would ask for cakes, and I also was able to reach out to some people. And because I'd been on a few TV shows, I was able to like do some cakes for some people. One of my most popular ones was doing a cake for Jelly Roll. Do you know Jelly Roll? No. He's a singer. And he was like the #1 artist last year. So he's a really famous singer, and he was coming to Knoxville to do a concert there. And so I reached out to them to see if I could just do a cake for him. And they actually like brought me in. They let me go to the VIP area and like gave me great seats. And then I got to meet him, and he was blown away by the cake. And so that was a really fun one. And then I'm a really huge football fan. And so my favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And on Christmas this last year, they were playing the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas Day. And I wanted to surprise my son and take him to the game because he's a huge Steelers fan as well. And so I reached out to them to let them know that I was going to be there and I would love to do a cake for the game. And so they let me do a big sculpted cake of their stadium. And then I think there was 300 cupcakes that I decorated with little Pittsburgh Steelers wreaths, like Christmas wreaths. And then they let us like go backstage, like to the locker room and like meet a lot of the people associated with the team. So it was a really fun experience.
Yeah. What's the biggest cake you've ever done?
I think the biggest one I've made has probably been this last show that I was on, Super Mega Cakes. Did you see that one?
No, I haven't.
So that show was on Food Network, and we were competing against Duff Goldman, who's the ace of cakes. He's been doing TV for years. He judges a ton of shows. And so he put this big team together, and then there were, he was making 6 different cakes at the same time. We had 4 days to make a cake. And then there were 6 other smaller teams of 3 people who was competing against him all at the same time. So our team made we were given ocean predators. So we had to make something that was like an ocean predator. And we did a deep ocean theme where we made a colossal squid, so like a big squid, and a goblin shark. Have you seen a goblin shark before?
No, I haven't.
They look really weird. You should look one up later. They're so weird looking. So we made that cake, and it was actually 8 feet long. It was about 7.5 feet tall, and I think 6 feet deep. So, like, a good portion of where we're sitting at would all be cake.
Oh, wow.
It was such a big cake.
What's the most funnest cake you've ever made?
That one was probably one of the most fun. I always have fun doing cakes for my son because it's fun and I know like what he's into. But I would say probably when I do cakes for the anniversary of opening Cake Buds, I always do like a big Christmas themed cake.
Whoa.
And one year, the Johnson City Christmas Parade had a theme that was Christmas in Toyland. So we decided that we were going to make a giant Elf on the Shelf cake. So it was 8 feet tall. And we actually put it in the back of a truck and drove it through the parade. So it looked like it was sitting in a little toy truck. And so that was a really fun one because we got to drive by, thousands of people on the streets of Johnson City and they got to see the cake. And like, that was cool for them to be like, oh, wow, I can't believe that's a cake in the back of that truck. So that was a really fun one just because of everyone's experience with it.
Why'd you close the bakery?
I closed the storefront for a few reasons. We had a few people that had worked for me for years that were no longer with me. And so that was one of the reasons. And then prices of, owning a bakery and running a storefront were just getting more and more expensive. And so for that reason, I decided that I still wanted to be in a place where I could make cakes for people, but I wasn't able to carry the expense of how expensive it was getting to run a storefront and have employees and do all of that. So it was the best financial decision to like close the storefront and then find a way that I could still make cakes for people.
Where are you baking now?
Now I am baking out of a studio. I built a private studio on my parents' farm. They own a little farm where they have chickens and they have honeybees. So it's like really cool to see the bees flying around and making honey all the time. And I get to use some of that honey in my cake. So that's really fun. To have a local product in it. And then it's also a place where I get to be closer to family while I'm still getting to make really awesome cakes. So right now it's just in that private studio on their farm.
I don't know if you remember, but I went to one of your cake classes.
You did. You were in my kids' baking camp. So last summer we did that, and that was a lot of fun for me. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Have you baked anything that we learned since then?
I baked muffins before.
Ooh, that's so fun. Yeah. So that was a blast. I had so much fun. I met so many people because I had your class. I think you were were you in the evening class or the morning class? Evening class. And then I had the morning class as well. So I got to meet so many young bakers. It was so fun.
Will you do any more classes?
I am hoping to bring the classes back. I am currently looking at how big of a class that I could have in my space that I have now, or looking at other venues that would like to partner with me so that we could bring kids to their location and we could do it there. Because all we really need is a space for tables and then a little bit of refrigerator space and an oven, and then we can make whatever we want.
Oh. Do you ever get tired of eating cake?
I'll be honest, I don't eat a lot of cake, but when I do, I'm like, wow, this is a pretty good cake. It like surprises me because, I don't eat it all the time. I'm really big into running. And so I like to be really selective of like what sweets that I eat, but I do love it when I do eat it.
What's your favorite flavor?
I think One of two. I really love a white chocolate cake with raspberry filling, but I have a cake that's called a Tennessee jam cake. And so Tennessee jam is a flavor that's originated in Tennessee, and it was a spice cake that had a blackberry filling in it. And I turned that into a layered cake instead of like how they used to make it, where it's a spice cake. It's got a blackberry filling, a molasses buttercream, and an oat pecan crunch. It is so good. It's like the perfect cake for like fall time. And on my parents' farm, they have tons of blackberries and raspberries, so I get to do it with like fresh fruit, and I really love that.
It's crazy how when you're a baker, there's so many different flavors. But when you're just a kid, it's like, what's your favorite flavor, chocolate or vanilla?
Right. Yep, that's what we get. And like some kids might like lemon or strawberry or something a little different, right? White chocolate raspberry is really popular with the kids right now. Does that sound like a flavor you would like?
There's these big cupcakes that you get from Sam's, and one of them's that.
Oh, really? I would like to try that one to see how it stacks up.
Yeah, they're so big. Do you make your own birthday cake?
I don't think I've ever made my own birthday cake. I always tell myself that I'm going to. I'm like, this year I'm going to make a cake, but I don't think I ever have. But I would like to someday.
I like baking too. Is there any tips that you have?
Yeah, I think some of the best tips is to just practice baking. Like bake things for your friends. Like if you have some friends coming over for a sleepover, you should make them some cookies. Any like thing you can do so you're always trying to bake stuff. That's the best way. And there are tons of great recipes out there that always have great descriptions and directions. And so like following those is always a great way to like get practice at baking, because baking is really just like learning different things. And then once you get more comfortable in it, then you can start adding like your own flavors and turning it into other things. So the easiest thing you can do is just practice baking.
Yeah, one time I was just thinking about maybe we should make a peanut butter pie, and then my grandma just let me make a beautiful peanut butter pie.
Was it delicious?
I can't eat dairy that much.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really eat it.
Yeah. But you just love the process of baking. Well, there's lots of great dairy-free recipes out there too. So you could become the best dairy baker out there, not no dairy baker out there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, sometime soon I kind of want to turn into like a baker, but like an ice cream dairy-free baker.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think you could do it.
It would be fun.
Yeah, you're young enough you could learn all the things you need to know for that.
I've seen making ice cream is hard though. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you learn the process of making ice cream, you can turn it into any flavor. So just learning the best recipe that works for you, and then you could make the best non-dairy ice cream ever.
Yeah. You mentioned running. What other hobbies do you have?
Well, running is a huge hobby of mine. Right now, I'm training for a marathon. I'm going to go to Miami and run the Miami Marathon. So that's going to be really fun because I'm doing some cakes for them. So that's going to be really fun to like work with them with that. I also love to kayak. So like basically anything that's outside, I love to do. Kayaking, riding a motorcycle, hiking, tons of outside things. I also have a German Shepherd. He loves to play Frisbee. Every morning, the first thing he does when I wake him up is bring a Frisbee to me. So like he loves it. Even when it's dark outside, he thinks he should go play Frisbee. So playing Frisbee with my dog is also a lot of fun. Yeah, those are some of my most fun things. I also love to like hide cakes for people to find. I don't like, it feels like a gag, where you're like tricking somebody into like something they didn't know was there. And I brought a cake in earlier. Do you think you could find it?
I want to try.
Ooh.
Everything looks real.
Yeah, it may be back here, so it's in the camera.
Oh, it's that.
It's that. You found it. You can pull it down.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool? You want to put it on here for us?
I'm like, oh, that looks different.
Yeah, that's different. Good job finding it.
Whoa.
How fun is that?
It's
So that's
so
something that I find really fun. If you hide cakes for people to find, that's really fun, especially when they don't think about it.
Yeah, I'm like, they said you had a surprise, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, you're like, I don't see it anywhere.
I want to try it. What other things would you like to tell us about yourself?
That's a great question. Other things to tell you about me. Let's see, let's go way back. I used to be in a Christian band where I played guitar and sang. I got to open for a band called Mercy Me. They were really popular at the time, so that was fun. That was a completely different life that I lived. But yeah, like my life consists of like being a dad, making tons of cakes, and running is like a lot of the things I do right now.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's one person that you would really like to make a cake for?
I'm going to say Luke Combs. I would love to make a cake for him. I love his music. I really hope when he tours again that somehow he comes close enough that I can make a cake for him, because I think it'd be really fun.
Oh, I seen on Is It Cake, the person grabbed and bited the dartboard.
Yep.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a new Is It Cake getting ready to come out. They just announced it Friday. It's Is It Cake Halloween. So I don't know what they're going to make on there, but I bet it's going to be cool.
Are you still going to do Is It Cake? Because weren't you on it?
I don't have anything lined up. They just recently filmed some new episodes, and they did ask me to come help them make the cakes behind the scenes, but it was during my son's graduation, and so I couldn't leave to go because I figured I should probably go to his graduation. Yeah. That would have been fun though, to make the cakes that the cake artists get to try to find. That'd be really fun. Maybe next time they'll call me again. That'd be cool.
How long did it take to make that?
How long would you think that took? If you were to guess, how long would you think it would take to make a cake like that?
Okay, I'm going to guess on you, but for me, that would take hours. An hour.
It took right about an hour. Yeah, that's a great guess. Mm-hmm. I was lucky because most of these colors I already had made, so I didn't have to make the colors. But if I had to make the colors, then it would take even longer. Doing
the fondant was really fun on the cake.
Yeah, when we decorated the cake at the end of the thing. Did you guys do the like woodland themed one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What theme you did? The cake theme?
Yeah. They said, I forgot.
Like fairy thing. Did you do like a frog on yours or bunny?
Yeah, bunny.
Bunny.
And that other boy did this Pac-Man thing.
Oh, he did.
That was funny. He called it Blob or something. He said I could take a bite. Can I take a bite?
I think you should just take a bite of it.
Oh, that's good.
Is that good?
I just got the fondant.
Yep, mostly fondant. There's a little bit of cake there.
That's good. I like fondant.
You love fondant? Some people really love it. It's like marshmallow. It's like a really thick marshmallow.
Thank you for the cake, and thanks for coming.
You're very welcome. I had a great time. Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you for watching. And also, I'd like to invite you for the next episode of Kidversations. Kidversations, small voices, big stories.